makes his way into the cage, the Ghost, Bobby Winther.
And ladies and gentlemen, I can't emphasize this enough. This welterweight state title and epic title on the line. You have my training partner, my teammate, Bobby the Ghost Winther. He's 2-0 out of the arena, a TKO and a sub. I mean, and this kid is a killer. I mean, the thing about Bobby, if it hits the ground, it's a wrap. Okay, and not only that, he's really put headway in his striking, so it makes sense that not only was he having a hard time finding opponents, but he's fighting for the state title. I'm really looking forward to this one. And as you can see, Anthony Orozco as well, the middleweight champ, also saying bye to him. Then Coach Chuck and Coach Vince wishing their guy luck and getting this fight underway.
And you know, Nick Myers, the thing about it is I'm sure that he is equally as hungry, knowing that nobody wants to take this fight. That being said, Team Quest has just put on a show tonight. So I'm really excited to see where the fireworks are going to go. And, you know, not only is there a title on the line, for these men, there is a double title. When I was an amateur, the highest thing that I've wanted to accomplish was I want to be the California state title, and then I want to go pro. So we may see a professional, you know, debut coming from one of these winners.
Please welcome
in the very
his
near
opponent,
future.
making his way into the cage, Nick Myers.
And Nick Myers, so like we said, out of Team Quest, he's 6'3", he's 2-2 as well. I mean, this guy's got some game. You know, his biggest key to victory is really going to be staying long and trying to make sure to keep it a striking match. You know, Bobby is essentially the grappler versus the striker type of thing. And one thing to keep in mind is Bobby has exceptional chain wrestling against the cage. So if Nick can continue to circle and keep his back off the cage, he stands a much better chance, especially in the open. So it'll be interesting to see the footwork out of them.
Both these men at a quarter century old, 25, they are young and hungry. And I really do love it when you see people the same age, because age difference can really matter. When you have a 20-year-old versus a 35-year-old, there's quite a bit of life experience and body beatdown. These men are both entering their prime, you know, they're just growing into the powerful man that they can become, so it's really exciting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Before I announce this next fight, just please remember we have 2 more fights after this main event. Also, after this event, we will be handing out the Knockout of the Night trophy, Submission of the Night, and Fight of the Night trophy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has arrived. This is the main event of the evening, brought to you by the law offices of David P. Shapiro, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds for the epic fighting and State of California welterweight championship titles. Introducing first, fighting out of the Boardwalk Recovery blue corner. He comes to this fight with a perfect record of 2 wins and no losses. 1 win coming by way of submission, 1 by knockout. He stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing officially at 168 pounds. He trains with the Arena. From Philadelphia, PA, the Ghost, Bobby Winther.
I gotta know, are you
And
nervous?
his opponent across the cage,
I mean,
fighting
Bobby's a
out of
killer.
the Wolf of Wardlow
Bobby
red
gives-
corner. He steps into the cage with an impressive record of 2 wins and 2 losses. He stands at 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighing officially at 168 pounds, representing Team Quest from San Diego, California, Nick Myers.
All right, fighters, this is the main event. Bring it to the center. We went over the rules in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times. If you want to touch gloves, go ahead and touch them now.
Referee in charge of the action, Chris Lieben.
Another shout out to Chris Lieben, man. I always thought it was an honor when I got to have him in my corner. I'm like, man, now I'm really going for the kill. Made me twice as hungry.
Yeah, definitely doesn't get any better than having Chris Lieben call your fights.
Oh my God.
One thing to pay attention to is the height difference. You got Bobby at about 5'11" and his opponent at 6'3". Bobby's gonna have to use his striking to close the distance.
I mean, he has the reach advantage too, though. Oof.
Oh, and Bobby's in on the body lock.
You know, Nick threw that push kick. Bobby, the Ghost, capitalizing, being able to circle onto the back now, looking for a takedown. Nick keen to the takedown. He's using his overhook. He's searching for that underhook to try to circle off the cage.
A little bit of derby boxing.
It's a little bit hard, though, when your opponent is shorter than you, because being the taller fighter, it's going to be a little bit harder to get out of this controlled position.
Yeah, this is the ideal type of game plan that Bobby should employ. If he stays out in range, it's going to be hard for him to strike with Nick. However, Bobby's definitely trying to soften him up and look for the takedown.
Nick having pretty good defense, but these are very short rounds. There's only 1 minute left. He's going to have to make something happen here. And a beautiful body lock by the Ghost.
I mean, Bobby is deceptively strong, and I'm sure Nick is starting to feel that for the first time. He's trying to shake him. He needs to start shifting his hips side to side to get a little movement going.
I like the cage control. However, with 40 seconds left, I'd like to either see a takedown, a finished takedown, or some bombs landed at the end of this.
Yeah, Nick's takedown defense is definitely settling a little bit better than what I might have anticipated early. Bobby's definitely still working for it. He drops down for the
Great
takedown.
Transition. Those hands are almost locked on the double leg. Beautiful.
And he finishes. Oh, and Bobby's on top. With 10 seconds to go, he could definitely win this round.
This is exactly what Bobby needed to come on top on the scorecards. How you end the round is a big feat in the eyes of the judges.
Ooh, and a good round, a good round. I was definitely impressed by Nick's takedown defense. And Bobby finally got the takedown, but he wasn't able to do a whole lot with it. We're just watching a little bit of the replay right now. Bobby filling the range out. He lands the 2 right there, trying to close the distance, and he immediately goes in on the takedown. This is actually Bobby's first time out of the first round, so it'll be interesting to see how he rebounds from this and what kind of changes he makes. Nick, on the other hand, I'm looking for him to stay long. You can't let Bobby, get him against the fence again.
Getting out of the first round is really important experience to have in the amateur, because once you go into the pro, these are longer rounds. And let me tell you, that first 3-round fight, it's like, whew.
Both guys just look as happy as can be in there. You see Nick smiling ear to ear, Bobby calm and collected. Let's see who can get this next round. Touch of gloves. Bobby's showing level change just to get Nick guessing. Catches him with some hands.
A beautiful right hand, right down the pipe. That jab is landing too, though. Bobby showing some dominant striking right now. Nick Myers, however, not out of the action at all, doing some pretty good movement.
Those level changes are really making Nick hesitate.
Oof, beautiful uppercut on the fake shot there.
Bobby lands a big left hook. Oh, and a right hand. And he's in on the shot, trying to finish the single. See if he can do it. Oh, bump and rip. Nice takedown by Bobby. And this is where that elite level jiu-jitsu is really going to come into play.
However, Nick is either going to have to climb a really high guard and look for a submission, or I'd like to see his feet on the hips and try to push him away, because otherwise you're holding this person on top of you where they're going to now try to kill you and take your head off. So he's doing a good job at climbing that high, but I'd like to see those 2 feet on the hips and kick him across the cage. Say, get off me, get back on your feet and back to the striking.
And Bobby trains underneath the tutelage of the legendary
Beautiful
Barrett Yoshida.
armbar attempt, but he's safe. Oh, I thought the hips were wrapping around there for a second. Bobby keen to it, landing those hammer fists. Oh, look at this knee bar attempt, but it seems that he's lost the knee line. This could end up bad as Bobby starts to circle out. The knee line is free, so this is no longer.
Oh, and Bobby has a nasty guillotine, and his transitions in the jiu-jitsu are elite.
There's only 15 seconds, though. It's really hard to finish a fight in 10 seconds. However, he's ending the round on top, showing his dominance. I'm curious to see where the blood is coming from, if it's the head of Bobby or was there a head clash? I couldn't quite see.
One thing I really liked what Bobby was doing was elbows to the body. You know, in amateurs, you can't elbow to the face, but the elbow to the body often is there, but you forget about it because in sparring, it's kind of hard to really turn those ones over and not make your training partners. But we got a little bit of the action here. Both guys exchanging. Nick caught Bobby with an uppercut coming in.
However, Bobby's staying pretty tight. I think he's getting the better of those exchanges.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then he finishes on
Ladies
top.
and gentlemen, remember to stick around.
We're going to see what kind of game plan Nick comes out with.
Knockout of the night, submission of the night.
This is the first time that Bobby's been into the third round, so I mean, in my experience with him, this guy's had a gas tank for days, but it's a little bit different when you get into competition. So I'm going to see what these two killers got for me in the third round.
Doing great so far, and the smile on Nick Myers' face, he is just loving the action. But, you know, when I see somebody smiling across the cage for me, literally I think to myself, I'm going to wipe that smile right off your face. How dare you smile while you're locked in the cage with me? So let's see how it goes. And
yeah, I literally think I want to punch his lips off.
Nice job
and
by
Nick is looking to catch him with the uppercut coming in. You can see he's dropping his right hand.
Good to have fun in there, but as the bell rang, it was right to focus mode.
Nick's definitely looking for that teep to Bobby's face as well, and Bobby's in on the double as well. He looks for the outside trip against the cage, and Nick's keen to it.
I'm loving the combinations into the body lock. Instead of just hunting right in for that body lock, he's throwing a hook or two and then getting those arms under into a really dominant position. And it's kind of hard to tell, but as you can see by Bobby coming up on his toes right there, there is heavy pressure pushing forward. But Nick can actually circle out the back door right now. He's got that underhook. Beautiful body lock. Let's see if he can turn it, and he does. Head positioning not so great though. The Bobby, the Ghost, back in control.
Yeah, Nick has been able to keep the fight standing so far, but he really needs to separate. He's probably down on the scorecards right now. And then Bobby obviously working for the takedown, totally fine with keeping this position. Chris sees that Bobby's working for the takedown. He's got his hands clasped and about to finish. Nice pump and rip by Bobby.
30 seconds left. He's landing some heavy ground and pound.
You hear Bobby's corner imploring him to finish the fight.
Coach Charles saying, finish it, let's go. I love it.
Bobby landing big ground and pound at the end of this round. Oh, he's definitely here. Nice round by both guys.
Great fight by these gentlemen, and from the Ghost, man, I love the sportsmanship after helping his opponent up and saying thank you for the scrap.
Yeah, I mean, not only is Bobby a talented fighter, but also a very humble man as well and willing to learn from everyone, and that's why he's made so much progression. I mean, he just joined the arena not too long ago, and I mean, you see the striking that he started to implement. I mean, his jiu-jitsu has always been there. Exceptional performance on his behalf. And hands off to Nick. I mean, there's a reason why he had this fight, because nobody else wanted to go heads up with Bobby. I mean, he's definitely a future UFC champ without a doubt, or at least competitor. And Nick also had his moments as well. So, I mean, great main event out of both these guys. I'm very impressed.
And we are about to see a California State Champion crowned. Oh, I love this belt. I have mine. It is actually inside of my sponsor's location, Fit Life Nutrition. And every time I go in to pick up some nutrition, I touch my little baby, and it reminds me of my time here in the Epic Fighting Cage.
My favorite thing about Nick right now is he literally hasn't stopped smiling the entire fight.
Main event and thought that was our last fight. We have 2 more fights, so definitely stay for our last 2 fights. They're going to be bangers. I can't wait to see them. And also, being that this is our 50th event, we want all of you to come in the cage and take a picture with us, the crew, the fighters, the models, the sponsors. All of you sponsors need to be in here taking pictures with the fans. We've got 2 more events, and then we're going to announce the fight of the night, the knockout of the night, and the submission of the night awards. And then we're all going to get in here and take pictures with these amazing athletes and this amazing crew, coaches and fighters. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score the fight the same, 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision. And now, the epic fighting in California State welterweight champion, out of the blue corner, the Ghost, Bobby Winther.
And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. We got a new champ. Impressive performance by Bobby. Hats off to Nick. You know, just a couple things to work on, but Bobby got the job done today, so congratulations to him.
All right, I am here with the double champ, the welterweight champion of epic fighting. Please give it up for Bobby the Ghost Winther. Bobby, beautiful performance. Every single round you dominated. What was the game plan going into tonight?
Yeah, the game plan kind of coming in here was show a little bit of that striking because, you know, both the last 2 fights you guys saw a lot of wrestling. I think I kind of threw them off that I actually have hands, so hopefully that puts everybody here on notice. But you know, hey, you ain't scared? Step up. There's a ton of people that could have fucking took this fight. Nick took it, and he's a tough son of a bitch for it, so good on him, guys.
Well said. Obviously, you're incredibly dominant, and Anthony Orozco as well. What is it about the arena, which is why they're winning so much?
Well, we train all the time. We train every position. We grind it out, and you know, we always perform on game 10. We practice this stuff, visualize it. We practice all the parts of the game, so we are dangerous, and we always adapt.
Talk about the impact Coach Chuck has had on you. Obviously, he was awarded tonight Coach of the Decade, a staple in the MMA community here. He's going to be going across the country to Virginia next week. What has he meant to you and your success thus far?
Oh man, you might make me fucking cry for this one, but you know, fucking Chuck, man, he's a big part of my life, and you know, the short time I had met him, he's drastically changed the way I thought about martial arts, and anyone that knows me knows that martial arts is my entire life. So, hey, dude, I can't. Thank you.
Beautifully said, Bobby. You're one of the most dominant fighters this promotion has ever seen. Give it up one more time for the double champ, the epic champ, and the state champ, Bobby the Ghost Winther.